So, you may have clicked on this video because you've seen this thing named Antics, and you want to know what it actually is, but it's more likely that you just found this video through your recommended. Well, regardless of how you got here, I'm here to give you a brief introduction to the concept of Antics and its history as an obscure series on the internet. To keep it simple, Antics is a web series about 5 dudes living in a house for whatever reason. They're not a family, but they do behave like one since they all have their own different quirks and traits. There are also 2 main antagonists from an incredibly mainstream video game that you're very likely to recognize, unless you've been living under a rock. Let's go over the characters. I'll be sure to keep this short this time. Dave, the noble wheel-bound housekeeper who's hiding pain beneath that smile. Bambi, the hothead who does farmer stuff in the backyard. Ollie, the energetic jokester who likes cool people and skates off screen. Emma, the deadpan token female who likes reading books on the internet. Tristan, the innocent Fortnite 9-year-old who is basically just your average child. Connor, the explosive cartoon villain who wants to bomb the main house. Ender Ed, the previous dude's snarky sidekick who still tags along for some reason, and if you haven't realized by now, yes. These are literally just characters from Dave and Bambi alongside some random OCS and 2 Minecraft mobs. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg, as there are more characters that are ripped from somewhere else. My brain? Well, technically YouTube. It started off as a bunch of videos based on popular YouTube audios that happened to be comedic.
Carl! There is a dead human in our house!
It was also called a rather random YouTube series at the time, or just a Ritz for short. Fun fact, while Emma technically existed in this time period, she was completely absent in those videos. Instead, there was a character named Haley who looked a lot like the zoologist from Terraria. Okay, she is the zoologist from Terraria. She did eventually receive a redesign to look a little more distinct, but there are still random images featuring her old design out there. There are about 2 failed reboots of Ritz, which were cancelled due to me being more interested on another project of mine. There are some archives of these reboots in my files, but I'm not ready to release those to the public just yet. Also, keep in mind that the scenes are basically lost media due to me uninstalling the editing app one used for it. And lastly, I must point out that Antics is less of an Ritz reboot, and more of an adaptation of it. This is mainly because many characters have been renamed to avoid confusion with other OCS of mine. And yes, Dave wasn't a wheeler in a Ritz, which is creepy, but I made a Ritz when I was 13, so what do you expect from a preteen? Well, aside from the 2 video games I mentioned earlier, its humor takes inspiration from shows like Family Guy, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Smiling Friends, and probably more. I don't feel like remembering them all. The art style itself is like a mix of Dave and Bambi in Battle for Dream Island's art styles, mainly down to the oval-shaped pupils and absence of noses and ears. Oh boy, abso-fucking-lutely. Here are some basic summaries of crucial lore segments. The reason to why the main 5 dudes live together is because they got along after being kidnapped by a cult leader. They managed to escape and became good enough friends to buy a decently large house for all of them. Connor and Ender Ed were born from a type of computer that explodes if you pirate a paid game. Said explosion is guaranteed to bring an enemy from that game to the real world. The cult that kidnapped the main 5 consists of 4 members, with a cold sadist named Emerson being the leader of said cult. There's way more than meets the eye. There's a godlike hypercube in outer space, abusive parents that abandoned their children, and a lot more, but for the sake of video length, I won't explain too much. The short answer is yes. I'm currently working on remasters of some of the original shorts that I made for a Ritz. There's only one finished remaster as of right now. It's called Beans and it has both a widescreen format upload and a shorts format upload. But it is like 5 seconds long, so I'd say it's worth watching as it doesn't take a lot of time to watch. And that's about it. I pretty much provided everything that you need to know about Antics. I'll leave credits to everything I didn't make at the end of the video and also in the description. But with that being said, see ya. Glitch outta here.